Very good morning, children. Welcome to the psychology classroom. I hope you all are fine and doing well in your studies. And see, student, it's very important for you all to keep your spirit on, and very soon your examination is also going to become. So keep your spirit and just be focused. I always told you that focus toward your goal is the only thing and ultimate thing which can make you success, which can make you to achieve your goal and achieve your aim. Getting a very good marks in a board examination, 12th board, always play a very important role in the whole. It play a very important role for everyone, and for a student it is very important throughout their career and throughout their life. So just keep it in mind that it is very important. So don't neglect it and work toward it. Now, when we are talking about the videos and which I am uploading, and we are studying the chapter therapeutic approaches in these days. So in that term, children, we have read about so many topics under the therapeutic approaches. Just give you a brief of the previous one videos, like we have read about the nature of psychotherapy. Means it includes the meaning of psychotherapy, meaning, then what is their goals of psychotherapy, characteristics of psychotherapy. We also read about the therapeutic alliance. What are the components of the therapeutic alliance? That also we have discussed. We have discussed about psychodynamic therapy in a complete manner within a two-part, and the behavior therapy also within a two-part. Today, I am going to discuss with you the next topic of this chapter. It is cognitive therapy. कॉग्निटिव थेरेपी ये हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. Cognitive therapy, here the word is cognitive. I think, children, you are understanding how the different therapy focusing on different things. Like for example, psychodynamic therapy, which is related to the psychoanalytic perspective. So it was focusing on the intra-psychic conflict, the reason for developing a psychological disorder. And similarly, behavior therapy we have read, which has more focused on the maladaptive behavior, and which we are trying to make it adaptive. The next is the cognitive therapy, which we are discussing today. Obviously, it was talking about cognition. First of all, you all know what is cognition. Cognition means knowing the thing. It is something which is related to the mind. So thinking, remembering, problem solving, decision making, all these are cognitive processes. So this therapy, obviously there is a word is thinking, thought. So obviously this word play a very important role in this therapy, thinking. This whole therapy is based on this particular thing. So thinking means what is happening, what is the problem? The person is having, those who are having a psychological disorder or any kind of psychological de-stress, their thinking will become irrational, illogical. Irrational thinking होती है, illogical thinking होती है. Got it? Irrational and illogical. And that is why the need of the therapy arises. By the help of this therapy, we change this irrational thinking into rational one, this negative thinking into a positive one. This is the main aim of the therapy, to find out the core schemas which are in the patient and try to change it. Try to change it with a positive one. So I hope you are understanding, children. आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा. Okay, so आगे बढ़ते हैं. So children, when we are studying about the cognitive therapy, the two therapies are included under this one. Basically, the two psychologists were there who belonged to the field of cognitive therapy and they had given it. So the one therapy which you will discuss under the cognitive therapy is the rational emotive therapy, which is RET. Rational emotive therapy. Full form is RET. It is given by Albert Ellis. And that is why somewhere it is written by the name Ellis also. Like Ellis Rational Emotive Therapy. Okay. So that is the reason. And the second is the CBT. Very famous in the field of psychotherapy. Psychotherapy के field में बहुत famous है and it is widely used by the therapist on the patients. Okay, CBT, Cognitive Behavior Therapy, which is given by Aaron Beck. Cognitive Behavior Therapy. Who has given it? Aaron Beck. And that is why it is again known by the name of Beck. Beck CBT, Ellis RET. Okay. So note down these points. So I just hope you are understanding the basics of the cognitive therapy. So we understood that what is cognitive therapy. हमने ये पढ़ा कि cognitive therapy का main focus होता है thinking पे. It change the irrational thinking or the negative thinking to positive and rational one, and try to reduce the person's de-stress, and they convert the person's psychological de-stress to the eustress. The two psychologists and the two main theory which come under the cognitive therapy is the CBT and RET. So one by one, children, we will discuss. Okay. So first we discuss about the RET, Albert Ellis RET. Okay. RET हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे पहले. रैशनल इमोटिव थेरेपी. RET गिवन बाय द फर्स्ट पॉइंट. सबसे पहला पॉइंट यही हो जाएगा कि किसने दिया है. तो इट इज गिवन बाय एल्बर्ट एलिस. So what is there, children, in rational emotive therapy? It is indicated from the name rational emotive, यानी हम लोग emotions को rationally change करते हैं, irrational को rational में करते हैं. इसके लिए the technique which was used by the Albert Ellis, it is the ABC analysis. ABC analysis. The full form of ABC, the A means antecedent event. Antecedent events. Okay. B is denoted for the belief and C is the consequence. Okay. A denotes for antecedent event, B for belief and C is for consequence. So children, in this particular therapy, in rational emotive therapy, the psychologist and the therapist do the ABC analysis. ABC analysis means first antecedent event. Means क्या ऐसा हुआ था? What is the past event? Antecedent event means the past event. Because of that, the person have some belief. उस antecedent event की वजह से person ने कुछ belief form कर लिया. And the result and the output of that belief is a consequence. What is the consequence? Irrational thinking, negative emotions. So इस चीजों की हम लोग analysis करते हैं. Basically, the therapist will do the analysis of ABC, antecedent event, and because of that, a belief is formed, and belief may result into a psychological de-stress. Just understand this one with the help of an example. I want to discuss with you a case of a girl who is of 10-year-old. Okay, girl was 10-year-old, and what happened? Her mother came to the therapist and asking the mother, asking the therapist, what happened to my child? I don't know. क्या हो गया इसको? So therapist asked, what happened? So mother replied that, ma'am, sir, he was not smiling, means he was not responding to anything. He was not taking interest in pleasurable activities also. So he was not basically smiling or laughing when there is a moment of that. So okay, the therapist have taken it. So the therapist started to do the ABC analysis. So ABC analysis means therapist get to know the antecedent event and the belief and the consequence. So what is the result came? The antecedent event was that कि प्रॉब्लम क्या थी, ये आपको फोटो सुनना चाहिए. प्रॉब्लम ये थी दैट चाइल्ड वाज नॉट स्माइलिंग एंड नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू प्लेजरेबल एक्टिविटी. तो एंटीसीडेंट इवेंट ये मालूम चला कि सम टाइम इन द randomly, not consciously, unconsciously, mother have told to the child कि you are smiling so much. अब तुम कितना हंसते हो, you are laughing loudly. That is stuck into the child's mind. वो बच्चे के माइंड में स्टक कर गया. So children, are you getting? Antecedent event था, उसकी मदर ने उसको ऐसा बोला जिसकी वजह से उस चाइल्ड में बिलीफ सिस्टम फॉर्म हुआ कि आई मस्ट नॉट लाफ या आई शुड नॉट लाफ. इट इज अ बैड थिंग. And that belief may result in a consequence, a kind of psychological de-stress, and the child stop laughing. The child stop enjoying on some pleasurable activities. So I hope children you understand about this therapy कैसे होता है. With an example, therapist यही ABC analysis करते हैं, and this analysis basically done by like the mode of the treatment was that the therapist used to ask a non-directive questioning with the client. ये basically the main aim of such kind of therapy was to find out the belief system. What is the antecedent event which are causing the psychological distress? What is the belief which are formed in the client mind? उसको draw out करते हैं, और वो draw out करने के लिए they ask the non-directive questioning, not the direct question from the client. The questions are very gentle एंड वेरी विदाउट प्रोवोकिंग एंड डायरेक्टिव. प्रोवोकिंग नहीं होता, डायरेक्टिव नहीं होता, नॉन डायरेक्टिव क्वेश्चनिंग करते हैं थेरापिस्ट क्लाइंट से. और client themselves think deeper into his or her assumptions about the life and problem, and gradually the client is able to change the irrational belief into the rational one. थेरापिस्ट की नॉन डायरेक्टिव क्वेश्चनिंग करने की वजह से क्लाइंट को एक डीपर इंसाइट मिलता है कि अच्छा ओके मैं ऐसा कर रहा हूँ, मैं ऐसा हूँ, और वो धीरे धीरे अपने लाइफ की फिलॉसफी को चेंज करता है, अपने एजम्पशंस को चेंज करता है. और फिर एट अ टाइम एक टाइम आता है कि दैट इरेशनल बिलीफ वर्ड रिप्लेसेस विद द रैशनल बिलीफ एंड देयर इज अ रिडक्शन इन द साइकोलॉजिकल डिस्ट्रेस. So in this way children, the rational emotive therapy work. I hope you understand about belief system and the ABC analysis. So now moving to the next therapy which come under the cognitive therapy. First तो ये था. Now second is the CBT. I hope आपने इसे नोट डाउन किया होगा. These both the two therapies are included under the cognitive therapy. Just keep it in mind. ये दोनों ही आपके cognitive therapy का पार्ट है. Cognitive behavior therapy और rational emotive therapy. Cognitive behavior therapy, which in short it is also known by the CBT, and it is given by the famous psychologist Aaron Beck, who is very famous by the Beck cognitive therapy or the Beck cognitive behavior therapy. ठीक है. Now इसमें क्या हो रहा है? एल्बर्ट एलिस में तो हमने देखा कि ABC एनालिसिस के थ्रू इन प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व किया जाता है. Now what is happening in the CBT? CBT क्या कर रहा है? So what is happening in this children, in this particular therapy, cognitive behavior? We have discussed children in Albert Ellis rational emotive therapy. There is a antecedent belief and consequence analysis technique was used by the therapist. Now in this cognitive behavior therapy, the main focus area are there, means कुछ points हैं. There are some important points which play an important role. So you should write down this one, like क्या क्या चीजें हैं, जैसे कि childhood experience play a very important role here. Childhood experience, okay. These are the terms. I am just writing down the important term, core schema, so that उसी से आपको लिंक करूँगी. Childhood experience, core schema, trigger incident, childhood experience, core schema, trigger incident, negative automatic thoughts, like I am not wanted. Then dysfunctional cognitive structure. Dysfunctional cognitive structure. So this whole cognitive behavior therapy children, these are very important for you to note it down. These all you can say that it work like a flow chart. Okay? It work in a sequence. Okay? Childhood experience that form a core schema, one of the trigger incident, negative automatic thoughts develop, dysfunctional cognitive structure form. तो ये प्रॉब्लम होती है बेसिकली. ओके, लेट्स डिस्कस दिस फ्लो चार्ट. क्या हो रहा है, सीबीटी कैसे वर्क कर रही है, सीबीटी में क्या होता है पैटर्न. सबसे पहले सीबीटी का ये कहना है, द थेरेपी सेड दैट कोई चाइल्डहुड एक्सपीरियंस को इन्होंने मेन रूट माना है दिस प्रॉब्लम ऑफ साइकोलॉजिकल डिस्ट्रेस. So some childhood experience was there, and because of this childhood experience, a core schema formed. A core schema. Core schema means a thought pattern. The childhood experience provided by the family and society develop core schema or system which include belief and action pattern in the individual. सो कोर स्कीमा क्या है, वो एक बिलीफ फॉर्म हो जाता है, एक सिस्टम फॉर्म हो जाता है, काइंड ऑफ इन द माइंड ऑफ द क्लाइंट, इन द माइंड ऑफ द पर्सन. रीजन द चाइल्डहुड एक्सपीरियंस, समथिंग विच हैपेंड नेगेटिव, नॉट गुड. तो कोर स्कीमा फॉर्म हुआ, फिर मान लीजिए वो धीरे धीरे स्लोली ओवर भी हो सकता है, बट विद द टाइम दैट कोर स्कीमा अगेन ट्रिगर्ड बाय एन इंसिडेंट. फिर से उसी तरह का जो भी चाइल्डहुड एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन को था, उसी द सेम काइंड ऑफ चाइल्डहुड एक्सपीरियंस द पर्सन एक्सपीरियंस अगेन by an incident. So basically any incident happened in the person's life, okay, with the time. Just I will explain you with the example also. Let me first complete it. And that incident triggered the negative automatic thought. अब उस इंसिडेंट की वजह से पर्सन में फिर से एक ऑटोमेटिक नेगेटिव थॉट अपने आप आ जाएगा, ऑटोमेटिक आ जाएगा, एंड दैट में लीडिंग टू डिसफंक्शनल कोऑर्डिनेटिव स्ट्रक्चर. अब पर्सन के माइंड में जो कोऑर्डिनेटिव स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म हो रहा है दैट विल बिकम डिसफंक्शनल, ओके, डी स्ट्रेस एक फॉर्म हो जाए. जैसे मैंने कहा अभी, आई टोल्ड यू दैट आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू विद एन एग्जाम्पल. मान लीजिए a child was there. If you have seen a movie, Aparichit, okay, that movie, in that movie, the person is suffering from dissociative identity disorder, which is also known as multiple personality disorder. Disorder chapter you already have read, so you have a discussion, we can do a discussion of that one. So in that disorder, what is happening? The person is having a more than personality, okay, so that I have given you the description. But now coming to the example, let me explain you this process. So what happened in that, a child having a childhood experience, that when he was in the stage of middle childhood, at that time she lost her sister. And she lost her sister just because of the irresponsibility of the municipality's committee or the government. So because of that, he lost her sister. That stuck in her mind. Now, that incidents which happened in the childhood, that created a core schema in the child, that nobody is following the rules, everybody is violating the rules, and he formed a core schema that government employees or government persons or peoples are not good because of their irresponsibility. Because of the irresponsibility of the one person, the other persons are suffering. So some kind of core schemas are found in the child of that. Now this incidents with the time, as that child grow older, it trigger also with another incident. अगेन जब वो बड़ा होता है, फिर उसके साथ ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं, इररिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की वजह से वो अपने फादर को लॉस करता है. नाउ दैट इंसिडेंट विच हैपन इन द चाइल्डहुड, इट ट्रिगर अगेन, and which made the person again a negative thoughts, and which came automatically, and that may lead into the dysfunctional cognitive structure, and the person may susceptible to a psychological distress. So I hope you are understanding, children, what we are discussing. So this is the CBT. CBT again follow by the therapist. इसमें भी नॉन डायरेक्टिव क्वेश्चनिंग करते हैं, जेंटल क्वेश्चनिंग करते हैं, और जिससे कि क्लाइंट की बिलीफ और थॉट को वो फोकस में लाते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ एनीबडी से दैट नोबडी लव्स मी, उसने एक नेगेटिव ऑटोमेटिक थॉट किसने बताया, नोबडी लव्स मी, एवरीवन हेट्स मी. तो in that case the therapist will ask the question from the client, why do you think that everybody should love you? क्यों तुम्हें लगता है कि सब तुमसे प्यार करें? Why? क्यों ऐसा तुम सोच रहे हो? And why you are thinking that everyone is hating you? ऐसा क्यों सोच रहे हो? क्या सभी को तुमसे नफरत करते हैं? Deeper, by the questioning, by the gentle and the non-directive questioning, the therapist making the client to go into his or her deeper insight, and gradually the client gain an insight, develop an insight about his or her problem, and get to know, okay, no, ऐसा तो नहीं है. तो वो खुद ही अपने से अपने प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करते हैं. So basically the aim of this therapy is to achieve the cognitive restructuring which reduces anxiety and depression. Basically इस थेरेपी का काम क्या होता है, कॉग्निटिव रीस्ट्रक्चर करना, फिर से जो कॉग्निशन बना है उसको रीस्ट्रक्चर करना. सो इस तरीके से कॉग्निटिव बिहेवियर थेरेपी वर्क करती है. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट बोथ द थेरेपी. सो टुडे इन दिस वीडियो वी हैव डिस्कस अबाउट द कॉग्निटिव थेरेपी. I hope children this video will help you the most in scoring the good marks in your board examination, and some of the more points we will discuss, okay, about CBT. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इसका ड्यूरेशन भी हम लोग इसमें पढ़ेंगे. इसकी ड्यूरेशन 10 to 20 सेशंस होते हैं, 10 to 20 सेशंस होते हैं, और ये थेरेपी ओपन होती है. Okay, this therapy is open. Here जो client therapist है, ये थेरेपी ओपन है और इसमें 10 to 20 सेशंस होते हैं, 10 to 20. ठीक है, थेरेपी ओपन है मीन्स जो थेरेपिस्ट है वो क्या कर रहे हैं वो क्लाइंट से शेयर करते हैं, विच इज नॉट प्रेजेंट इन द साइकोडायनेमिक थेरेपी. बोथ इन द बिहेवियर एंड CBT कॉग्निटिव थेरेपी, सॉरी बिहेवियर एंड कॉग्निटिव थेरेपी, दोनों की ये कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है कि ये ओपन है. हियर द थेरेपिस्ट शेयर द टेक्निक्स एंड द मेथड विच दे आर यूजिंग विद द क्लाइंट. बट इन साइकोडायनेमिक थेरेपी द थेरेपिस्ट डज नॉट शेयर एनी इंफॉर्मेशन विद द क्लाइंट. उनको नहीं बताता है कि आपका ट्रांसफरेंस हो रहा है या आप रेजिस्ट कर रहे हो या मैं आपके साथ क्या कर रहा हूँ, ये सारी चीज़ें वो डिस्कस नहीं करते. Okay, I hope you are understanding, children. Some of the more additional points which are related to this therapy I want to discuss with you. I hope you all have written it down or you want to take a screenshot so you can take it. कुछ पॉइंट्स हैं जो कि CBT से रिलेटेड है. जैसे सबसे पहला पॉइंट ये है कि ये बेसिकली एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर, एंजाइटी को डिसऑर्डर में काम आते हैं वेयर इट इज वाइडली यूज. एंजाइटी, फोबिया, डिप्रेशन, ओके, पैनिक अटैक्स, तो इन सारी चीज़ों में इसका यूज होता है. ठीक है, एंड ये जो अप्रोच इसने जो अप्रोच अपॉइंट किया वो है बायोसाइकोसोशल. ये बायोसाइकोसोशल अप्रोच को फॉलो करते हैं, यानी इनका ये मानना है कि फॉर द, आपने पढ़ा ये बायोसाइकोसोशल अप्रोच इज द लास्ट अप्रोच इन द हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड ऑफ एबनॉर्मल साइकोलॉजी एंड विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज इंटरैक्शनल अप्रोच, which give emphasis on all the three factor playing important role for the psychology. तो ये biological factor को भी consider करता है ये therapy, psychological also as well as social also. Okay. Now some of the points. So this is a therapy, follow the biopsychosocial approach. Now how it work, like biological approaches, biological factors को ये relaxation के through follow करते हैं, psychological के लिए ये behavior therapy use करते हैं, behavioral techniques use करते हैं, and social के लिए ये environment को manipulation करते हैं. मतलब जो पेशेंट है, क्लाइंट है, उसके इन्वॉल्वमेंट को थोड़ा सा चेंज करने की कोशिश करते हैं. तो ये फैक्टर्स पे ये लोग गवर्न कर रहे हैं बायोसाइकोसोशल अप्रोच. लास्टली, इट इज़ वेरी इजी टू यूज एंड एप्लीकेबल टू अ वैरायटी ऑफ डिसऑर्डर. और लास्ट पॉइंट है इजी टू यूज, इसे यूज करना बहुत ईजी है. So these are some of the characteristics and you can say that the advantages of this therapy. So here we have completed this therapy. Thank you so much for carefully listening to me and observing. I hope you understand the concept. Thank you so much.